Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Alicia and I'm obsessed with stickers and planning, so if you are too, you're in the right place. My channel is full of plan with me's, sticker hauls, and other planning videos. All of my videos have timestamps in the description so you can skip around to different sections and to different shops in my hauls. And if this is your 20th time listening to this intro, you can go ahead and skip this too. All my social media links, including Instagram, are in the description, as well as all the supplies I use and notes about each video. The planner I'm currently using is my standard size vertical planner, which I use for decorative memory planning. I also just want to add a couple quick notes about me since I don't always remember to go into detail in my videos, and for new viewers it can be confusing. So when I mention work, I'm referring mostly to my bookkeeping position at a grocery store, and when I mention Anastasia, or Anna for short, she is my pet ball python. So let's go ahead and get started with this video, and I hope you enjoy. Hi guys, so today I'm very excited to be showing you the brand new Thanksgiving foil collection, which I hope is going to be out to give you guys plenty of time to prepare for your own Thanksgiving spreads, whether you celebrate the American Thanksgiving or Canadian Thanksgiving. Hopefully you guys will be able to plan ahead with the timing of this release. I'm very excited about it because I don't think I've seen any Thanksgiving foil before that I can remember, so I hope this will be able to suit everybody's preferences. So I did foil this in Pink Hollow because the mock spread that I'm going to be doing is like a very pinkish, brightly colored Thanksgiving kit, so I don't think there's too many others with this color scheme, but Pink Hollow just really seemed perfect for it, so I'm excited to show you guys that when we get to the mock spread portion. But in the meantime, I'll go ahead and start with it. As usual, there is a disclaimer that any black dots or imperfections you may see on these sheets are just for these demo sheets. They will not be on your final versions. So let's go ahead and get into the underlays first, as usual. So we have the large pattern right here. Oh, look at that rainbow, so gorgeous. And I love this really light shade of pink for the Pink Hollow. But anyways, yeah, the large pattern is the most dense, so however many boxes or labels you're using in your day, you can definitely be sure to see some of the design elements from the collection peeking out from behind them if you pick up these underlays, so they are a very popular choice because of that. And you can see some of the elements used in there, which I will go into more detail about later on in the collection. So we have the medium version as well, which is just the more sparse version of the large. This is more aligned with the style of bougie boxes and underlays that you may be used to seeing, so a lot of people do prefer this as the more comfortable, safe choice. And then we have the two fun options. So I did decide to bring back these scripts underlays, which were featured before in the wedding collection. I did the vows underlays, which were wedding vows that I kind of wrote and pieced together myself. So I did a similar thing for this one, which is basically kind of like a Thanksgiving toast situation. I couldn't find one that I liked good enough, so I just kind of wrote one and treated it as kind of like a creative writing exercise. So I just wrote some things that I am thankful for, just generic things. I think I will try to read them if I can get a good angle. Okay, so it says, I give thanks for those around me whom I hold most dear, friends, family, partners, pets, kids. I give thanks for my good health and the energy I have to wake up every morning and seize the day. I give thanks for the courage and resilience that has been bestowed upon me and has enabled me to pursue my dreams. I give thanks for the opportunities and privileges throughout my life that have brought me to this moment today. I give thanks for every day I have to notice and enjoy the beauty in the world around me. I give my heartfelt thanks to you. And that last bit is my thanks to you, my customers, for, again, helping me to pursue my dreams of running a sticker shop. So yeah, that's kind of a very meaningful message there in those underlays. So if you pick those up, just know that there's a meaning behind that. And then this last one is just like a complete joke underlay, which is like the complete opposite of the last one. But I was just having a lot of fun with this one. So, of course, there had to be turkey underlays, and I didn't want it to just be plain old turkeys. So there's kind of a backstory to this particular underlay design. So basically, there's a ton of turkeys here on this table. I guess it's a really big family that needs all these turkeys, and clearly some of them have been tampered with, as you can see. We have a couple that have had bites taken out of them. Who knows whether it was a person or maybe the dog got to them. Somebody decided that one needed a bow just to dress it up a little bit. That one got a little burned around the edges in the oven. That one's been nicely dressed and seasoned. Got some extra veggies on there. That looks good. That one came with a very rare black bone instead of a white bone, which I think is good luck, probably. That one is currently in the process of being stolen by the cat, who is probably going to devour the entire thing and then throw up. And then that one is in the process of being carved, but somebody had to go run and do something, and they just left the knife sticking in the turkey, which is probably not the safest option. And then it looks like some kid got to that one and thought it would be really funny to carve it like a pumpkin. So, yeah, these turkeys got a backstory. Oh my gosh, this was just me having complete fun, which I like to do in my collections because I can. So, well, that's what that one is. But yeah, we've got some interesting underlays with this collection. Anyways, I mean, there wasn't that much I could do for Thanksgiving anyway. It was really hard because for this collection, I was trying to stay away from any elements that were reminiscent of like the original Thanksgiving, because it is a little bit mired in controversy. And I also didn't want to do anything with live turkeys, because when I think of Thanksgiving, I do not want to think of how the turkey gets onto the table. I just want to think of it on the table. So that's what is in this collection. Anyway, so it was a bit limiting, but I tried to get a little creative where I could, as you can tell. So we have the confetti full box underlays, starting with the full pattern, which again is the busiest pattern. We have stuff going around all the edges. So at the bottom, we have our little cornucopia, we have our turkey, and some really decorative candles. And then we have our little apple pie baking elements. I did do apple and pumpkin pie for this collection as kind of like the only foods in addition to the turkey, because the foods that people do for Thanksgiving are like really varied. Aside from that, I guess mashed potatoes could be another like a really common one, but I don't know, I thought that would be really boring as a little like design element, so I kind of just stuck to the turkey and then the two pies, and then we just have our plate over there, and there's some like knives and other cutlery around there. I did bring back a different version of the apron, and then there's some fall leaves as well, just to kind of spice things up. I brought back the really tiny leaves, which are like little confetti deco in like very few places in this collection, but those tiny leaves are from the fall collection, which is still in shop. So yeah, I do like to reuse some elements where it is appropriate, and if I really like them. So that is the full, and then we have the medium, which is the less busy version, because we only have stuff in the corners and not on the sides. So here we have the medium 4 corner, and then the medium size is also available in 3 corners and 2 corners. So here is the 3 corners. So if you have something really busy going on in one of these corners on your full box that you don't want to cover up, then you can grab the 3 corners sheet and use that. And the medium size is also available in 2 corners, which is formatted like this, but this is just an example of the small confetti size, just to show you guys. But and we'll do a quick size comparison as always, so you can see how much smaller it is. But a lot of people do like to pick up this option because they want to cover up even less of the clip art and have like a more subtle pattern. I mean, it really depends on the full boxes of the kit you're using. Some are like very empty, especially in the corners, so you can use the medium size, but some are like super busy. Like a lot of the top clip artists like to do really busy like clip art, or I guess the shop owners who design the kits with that clip art like to make them really busy, which I love so much. So I decided to offer these tiny art versions of the confetti for that purpose. It's the exact same designs. And yeah, so the small size also comes in for 3 and 2 corners. So I'll just go over the two corners real quick. We have our diagonals as always, and we have the bottom two and the top two, which are great for fashion boxes when there's usually like big hair going on or a big dress that you don't want to cover up any details of. So that's why I offer those two options as well. So that is the confetti full box overlays, and then the same design translates over to the tall box overlays. We have our two most standard tall box designs on here, whether you're using a Scribble Prints Co. or Apple Blossom Prints tall box. This one will work. If you're using Glam Planner or Cross Press, it's going to be this one here. And then we have two confetti flag overlays at the bottom, so you can kind of see those. Save that, and then in the same vein we have the tall box, or not the tall box, the big box overlays as well. And so this does come in two sizes, so the taller is going to be for Glam Planner and Apple Blossom Prints big boxes, and the smaller can be for paper candy art. And then we have some more flag overlays at the bottom. And then for the double box scenes, we have the classic confetti one at the top. And then for the fun one, I just did a little kind of Thanksgiving dining room situation. So we have a couple tables here. This one has the pumpkin pie candles, little fork on the plate, and that one has a little turkey leg and a knife. And then it's a little tiny fall leaf right there. And then we have like a little wreath hanging up, and then we have our little flags that say Thanksgiving. So again, I try to keep this kind of more on the subtle side, so it's not taking up too much of the clip art. So that is the fun one. I always like to do a little, I like putting things on tables in my collections. You'll notice that like there's always a table with something on it somewhere. And you'll see that like even more in a second. But then we have the quote boxes, which we have the two ones with the full confetti around them in case you have a patterned full box that you want to just cover completely with foil. That's what those are for. And then we have the more subtle ones if you have a box with clip art that you want to cover up, or if you just want to put a quote somewhere but everything's really busy. We have the really subtle one down here. So the subtle one says just, you know, Happy Thanksgiving. It did cut a little bit higher than it should have on the sheet, so this is definitely an oops sheet, but the cut lines actually do go completely below the words. And then we have a Gobble Till You Wobble, because of course I had to do that one. And then we just have a classic Give Thanks, and then Eat, Drink, and Be Thankful. So this is like just, you know, your most basic Thanksgiving related quotes. Kept things simple, and I kept things even simpler for the full box overlays as well. This dot is part of the backing paper, by the way. If you ever get a obvious dot in your collections, or your sheets rather, it is part of the backing paper. I usually verify that. Well, not usually, I always verify that before sending it out. Sometimes I'll leave a little note to you as well, but just be aware. So yeah, we did things really simple here. We have our two borders with our turkey and the pie, and then we have the cornucopia in that one, and then just filling this over, and then we have the fun border with all the little elements in there, and the tiny leaves are in that one as well. So yeah, I just kept things very simple because I know how Thanksgiving kits tend to be with like all the boxes of food and food flat lays and baking, and like that's all it is. So we don't want to cover up too much of that. So that's why this is kind of a very simple collection. And then we have our deco sheet. I love this deco sheet. Like I feel like I'm making it better each time. So we have our like larger size deco, and then the medium, and then the small, and then we have the tiny clustered deco with only a few cluster dots, and then we have the row of it with even more cluster dots, and then that same row mirrored, and then we have the teeny tiny deco, which was introduced I think 1 or 2 collections ago. And again, these colorings are also a little bit off, so please just regard that. Those obviously will not be present in any sheets that you order. But yeah, this teeny tiny cluster deco is so fun. It's so easy to just sprinkle any old place in your spread, nice and subtle. You can dress up your character stickers or icon stickers with that, just to add a little pop of foil that is still on theme. I love that. And then also I did a whole row of just the candles because I had to. I just knew that there's going to be a million and one places you can put these little decorative candles and make your own little candle scene. I should do more deco sheets of just like elements like that you can just really throw in anywhere. There's going to be like so many that will be so versatile, but for now I am just going to include them in the collections that they first appear in. Let me know down below if there's any that you would want to see on like their own entire deco sheet that you know you would go through really fast. Just pick out anything from previous collections that you want on its own like mini sheet, like this size, or this is like 8 sheet size, this is 6 sheet size, so if you want something like that I can do that. But for now that is where it is, so I love that. And then we have our dangles and swoops, which again are a little bit more on the subtle and tiny side. So we have the top half, which is just dangles, bottom half is swoops. So we have our long and medium swoops up here, the tiny swoops down, not swoops, dangles up here, tiny dangles down there, bigger swoops here, and then so the orientation of the swoops on the sheet is generally how they're meant to be used over the full box. So these go closer to the edges and these go more along the top, but you can still kind of use them however you want. You can also trim any of these to whatever size you want. Then we have the teeny tiny swoops, which are the most versatile. You can stick these absolutely anywhere, and they are in the shape of the pumpkin pie. So there is that sheet, and then we have let's go to the headers next. So as usual, now each style of headers is available on its own sheet with 11 headers on it. So if you just want one of the designs, you only have to pick up 2 of the sheets. But if you want all 3, you can pick up all 3. There is now an option on each headers listing as like a buy all option, so you can just click it once if you just want one of each. That is what that is for. So yeah, we have the confetti option, and then we have pumpkin pie and leaves, and then we have cutlery, which like a lot of the cutlery elements in this collection could be used for like literally so many different kits, so feel free to pull those out and use them where you would like. And then we have the dividers sheet, which is available in clear glossy like this or premium matte in case you're using it over some really busy underlays and you want the premium matte version so it has that white outline around it so you can actually see what the divider is supposed to be. But yeah, we have our biggest dividers, which are the turkey and the carving knife, and then we have the dainty ones, which are just the little chicken leg, or not chicken leg, turkey leg. And then I did take the cutlery from the headers and just make that a divider as well because I had to. And then we have our simple line dividers as well with the elements in there. So there is the dividers, and then debuting in the previous collection is the corners, which I have brought back again for this collection and future ones. So these are just like the photo corners of the olden days that we all used to use, which I did bring up back because people were just cutting up the confetti full box overlays to use in other places on the spread, or for, you know, various reasons, like if you're using it over like a premium matte kit, I think, and you don't want that like shine over the whole full box or whatever. I don't know, there's many reasons you would want to use these corners, but I did take the medium size. You get 2 rows of those, and then the small size is down there, and then I do create brand new ones just for the corners sheet. I do like to create really dainty ones that can be used over full boxes, but also over like half boxes or third boxes as well, which I particularly love to do. So we just have some designs of those as well. Very tiny and dainty, even tinier than the small size. So yep, there's the little corners sheet, and then let's get into the bottom wash sheet. So I'm gonna go ahead and now let's start with my favorite one, which is, I think, my magnum opus, my best work for 32 millimeter, which is like an expansion on the dining room during Thanksgiving situation. We have an entire long table with all kinds of stuff on it, and then we do have the wreaths on the wall, and then it says Happy Thanksgiving, and then it repeats, and the flags. So on the table we have our turkey, candles, cornucopia, pumpkin pie, and there's another turkey with a carving knife by it, more candles, apple pie, and then I did create a little plate and then like you know, those napkin rings that you can use around like fancy napkins. My family for Thanksgiving, my extended family, they would always like do the whole fancy table setting situation, so there would be really nice napkin rings around the napkins. So I did that standing up so that you could see it, obviously, and then I put the cutlery in there as well. So that's what that is. And then there's a little wine glass, and then everything kind of repeats. So I do love that so much. Again, on a real Thanksgiving table, there would be more dishes, but yeah, I try to keep it more versatile for this collection. So as usual, there's one option for the left side and then two for the right side. One has the weekend banner, depending on, you know, whether or not you want to use the weekend banner. There's one built in up there for you. And then we have some deco on this sheet as well. So that's the 32 millimeter. And then for the 15, we have kind of the same tablescape situation without the actual tabletop though. So it's just like the row of items as the 15 millimeter. So if you are using split washi, you can still get this magnificent piece of art that I took so much time on. And then we have the solid option, which is like the most simple, of course. We just have your alternating turkey, carving knife, and apple pie, which I could probably have done the pumpkin pie to make it a more Thanksgiving collection, but I prefer apple pie. So even though I did an entire collection on apple pie very recently, I had to bring back like a different version of it for this one, because when I think of Thanksgiving, I do love to fill up on my apple pie. Not a pumpkin pie fan. And then we just have the simple plates, which I wanted to include as a very simple option for this collection, but also for any other collection that involves a lot of food or eating. So a very versatile bottom washi. And then we have the confetti, of course, and the flags. And then if you're using a glam planner kit, we have the 10 and 7 millimeter. So the 7 is just the confetti, and then the 10 is the cutlery. And then we have some glam planner sized page flag overlays on there as well. So that is the bottom washi. Now let's quickly go over the bundle. So this foil bundle is available in both the mini and the ultimate size. The mini does not have underlays, and for the ultimate you can choose whatever underlays you want from the ones that are available in the collection. So for the main bundle, we have first the full box overlay page. So we have two of the full confetti size, two medium 4-corner, two medium 2-corner, one of each, and then the most classic double box scene, just the confetti. And then you get your 2 pages of underlays. These are foiled and large for demonstration purposes, and also look at that rainbow. Love it. And then for the next page, you get your full set of headers. You get one of each, like one set of each design. Well, there's 9 each of these, and then 8 of these. And then you get your entire deco page as well. And then for the bottom washi page, you get I usually choose the most classic option for this top 15 millimeter, and then the bottom one is always confetti, flags. Then you get your weekend banner, date dots, tiny cluster deco, tiny bows, tiny deco, which all of this is available on its own like entire sheet as part of the basics collection. And then you get some very simple dividers over there. And the optional add-on sheet for both the ultimate and the mini size is this, which always has the same format. It does include 2 medium 3-corners. It does include 2 additional underlays. Underlays if you're using like extenders. So these are set, so you cannot choose these. Like you can choose the main 16 underlays that you get. So I didn't include the give thanks underlays, which is what I call those. I keep wanting to call them the vows underlays because that's what they were for the wedding collection, and like at a distance they look exactly the same, but nope, different words. And I picked 2 from the full box overlays, and then 2 from the quote boxes, which I always do like a very busy full color cover one, and then like the most unobtrusive one, just in case, like, so whatever whatever kit you're using, you'll have one that works for your needs. So yep, that is the optional add-on. I am gonna work on making separate listing add-on sheets for scripts now that I have the whole script situation unlock and icons as well, because I know those are like, they're present in literally every other foil bundle out there, but not in mine because I don't like using them in foil bundles. That's just my personal choice, but I am going to work on making them as an add-on that you can purchase separately, so you can just kind of pick those up in whatever foil color you're getting for the bundle and kind of have your own entire bundle with that, if you do like that, which has been requested before. So I will be working on that very soon. I think probably this upcoming week. I'll try to get that done. And yeah, also I do have custom scripts available. Be sure to check out that listing. I found a font that is exactly like my handwriting and I'm so thrilled. Like, actually, let me go grab that real quick while I'm here. So I did just make a bunch of scripts for myself, which I sneaked some of these on Instagram, but then I made some more based on what I'm going to be needing lately. So this is the font that I found that's like so much like my handwriting. It's crazy. And I did just add the little flourishes myself because those were the ones that I had drawn before for my scripts. So I do add those in each time, but the rest of the font looks very similar to my writing. So definitely going to be using that for all of my scripts going forward. So we do have all 5 of the block letter options that you can get as custom scripts, various sizes and lines. There are character limits, so be sure to check those before ordering. And this is an example of the hybrid. So this is a smaller size of the hybrid, which is good for little things, and of course anything bigger, but it is sized to fit in all little things. And then we have the slightly bigger size, which is I think a little bit better for fancy labels and quarter boxes. And then this would be like a 3rd box size script. You could also use it in half boxes or square boxes. If they are short enough in width, you could use them in squares, but they are sized height-wise to fit in 3rd boxes. And then you can just get the cursive by itself. But yeah, the hybrid will always have the cursive on top and then the sans serif font at the bottom. And then this is an example of something that definitely exceeds the character limit, but I kind of had to do it just because I needed this as a script. But you will not be able to purchase a word this long because you could tell like how cramped it looks. It is not something I would want to sell. So that's just for me personally, but I did need the homework help script because I am now a kind of guardian, like mom figure, so I do need to help the little one with homework. And then this one is just for whenever I weigh my snake, which I don't even want to talk about Anastasia right now because she is a little bit of an escape artist, which I didn't think she could because I've been working on it for years to secure her little room so that she can't get out, but she's getting bigger and stronger, so it's a constant battle. And then I just have like order paper and order supplies. I don't have order foil because I do have pretty much all the foil I will need for like the next few years at least. So the only things I'll be needing to order more frequently are paper, sticker paper, which I actually do need to place an order soon, and then just like other supplies like packaging materials is mostly what that's for. So that's another example of the hybrid. And then boba. So here's an example of just the cursive. Oh my gosh, that looks so good. And it's crazy because when I do my B's, there's like the tiniest little loop at the very bottom there before it goes into the O, and that's how I do them. And that was so weird to see a font with like that aspect of my handwriting in it. So I was like so thrilled. That literally is like how I would write it. So I love that. So that's an example of just a cursive. And then we have the block letters, and then I just did boba time just to have something that would fit in a larger box a little bit better, just think because I have some really big boba stickers, I think. And then we have wash dishes, which again there's the block fonts, and then the hybrid. Here's another example of something that exceeds the character limit for newsletter at the bottom. I don't know if it does actually. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think I said it was like maybe 9 characters for the bottom. I'm not sure. But yeah, I just needed one that said email newsletter for when I send that out. And then, of course, pack orders. So you can see that. So those are just an example of like different letters in the script, because I don't include, like, I should actually include the entire, you know, that sentence. It's like the quick fox jump over the brown dog or something like that. I don't know, that like shows you every letter in that font. I should do that on the listing. But anyways, now you have a better idea. So now that I've been jibber jabbering this whole time, I'm just going to show you the mock spread that I'm using, which is this kit, which I just had as a printable, but I don't think I ever used it. Or like, I think I printed it out, and then like I realized that I hadn't used it in years, and like I kind of didn't want to use it anymore, so I think I like threw it out, because it just like wasn't really my style of full boxes anymore. But now that I needed it for a mock listing, I was like, darn, I should not, or a mock spread, I was like, darn, I should not have thrown it out. But thankfully I still had the file, so I just printed it out again for myself on some nice premium matte paper, which I'm testing out from another, like the other main sticker paper shop, which I have come to the conclusion is not nearly as good as the main one that I use, that we all use. But I mean, it's still better quality than before. So wait a minute, is this backwards? It is backwards. I was like, where's the sidebar? Anyways, you can see how it's like very pink and brightly colored, so I thought the pink hollow would be so great with this. So I'm gonna go ahead and just lay everything down and then come back and explain to you where everything is and how it looks in the spread. So let's go ahead and get into that. Okay, so here we have the finished mock spread. I think it turned out really beautiful as usual. Also, this 32mm washi is gorgeous. I truly love that. And let's see, we have all of our underlays, so you can see the give thanks and the turkeys and the large and the medium without being covered up, and then other versions of them are covered up, so you can kind of see how much shows behind them. We have all of the header overlays on there as well. You can see them a little better in the sidebar right here. And then the full box overlays, we have the Happy Thanksgiving quote subtly down there, the cornucopia, the full confetti, the pie border, the full cover quote, the full confetti again, the double box scene, the fun one. I really like how it worked at the top, and that little table behind her. And then we have various deco bits sprinkled throughout. I had fun with the candles there, and then some over here, and then a larger deco just everywhere. There's swoops and dangles, of course, as you can see. Then there's dividers. There's our chicken legs. I keep saying chicken, it's turkey. Turkey legs, one of the simple line dividers. And then we have the bigger turkey divider down there, and then the utensils, and another simple line divider. More deco bits, more swoops, dangles on the corners. You can see one of the dainty corners and one of the regular confetti corners. A couple of dainty ones down there. Then over here we have another bigger one and another bigger one. Love those so much. and various deco bits along the top as well. So yeah, I believe that is everything with this collection. You can also see the teeny tiny deco. I put some there, and then there's some at the top. So yeah, that just about does it for this collection. I really love how everything turned out. I think I'm definitely adding more versatile elements to each collection, so I can't wait to see how you guys use them and use them uniquely to give me more ideas on what to do in the future. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. If you want to like, comment, subscribe, and share, that would be wonderful, and I will see you in my next video. Ciao, ciao.